Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
First thing is, I would say is there's a lot of thought already gone into like being an effective person by people that are like gurus in effectiveness, you might say. Yeah. For example, there's a book by Covey called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You could read that, right? Then you could read, because it's just gyan, right? Then there's like management philosophies out there like SMART, you know, specific, measurable, achievable, what's timely, and what's the R for? Something like, I don't know, something along that lines. But you get, it's like things you can actually achieve, huh? Realistic. So you basically, if you want to do something and you want to be effective about it, you find something which is achievable, which is realistic, and it's timely, and you can do it, and then you yourself can do it. And in Stephen Covey's book, which I really like, I recommend it to you, in the 7 Habits, he goes through this concept of working in your sphere of influence as opposed to your sphere of concern. What that means is you've got a big sphere of things that you're worried about and you're concerned about, and then there's a little sphere of what you can actually achieve, right? So operate in your little sphere of what you can actually do. You can have an impact, and then your sphere will grow. So I'll give you a simple example if you want to see from my own life, right? I couldn't do much when I was had my own business, had 2 kids, and you know I was very busy. But I had the time to make YouTube videos. That's what I could think I could do. So I started to make YouTube videos from my office, right? And I thought, I don't know what I can do for the Panth, I can make some videos. And one of my friends laughed at me. We used to go Amrit Vela in the morning, and I said to him, I'd already made the videos to be honest, but I was just testing the water to see what people think. So I hadn't released them yet, they were just editing them. And I had no clue how to edit videos or film them, you know? And I said to him, I'm thinking about making YouTube videos. And he just laughed. He goes, who's going to watch you? I said, I don't know. Maybe somebody might. You know, people are crazy on YouTube. They watch like cats jumping around, so they might watch us sing as well. Anyway, so, and now look, there's been an influence, yeah? Now people are saying, you should speak about this because people are listening to you. So I'm like, I didn't go out here to get people to listen to me. I just felt like there was ignorance out there that needed to be, you know, people need to answer, was Guru Nanak Dev Ji Muslim? That question needed to have an answer out there. And I thought, well, it's not on YouTube, we should make a video on YouTube. Yeah, that's where I started from. And there was girls that were converting and they needed to know what Sikhi was so they wouldn't convert, and how beautiful it was. And there are people that should understand what is the point of life as per Sikhi, and we should just put that out there. So I started by making 20 videos. But now that influence is spread because I worked within my sphere. I didn't worry about what was happening in Punjab and all those things. I just focused upon what I could do, where I could make an impact. So I feel like what we need to do as a Panth is whenever we do any project, work out what is the outcome of this project. What do we want to achieve? And is that objective something that we can't really put a finger on? We can't really achieve, like, you know, we want to achieve more awareness. If you really wanted to achieve more awareness, you could have a seminar series in the Gurdwara. Yeah. I say to parents, they say to me, what can we do with our kids that don't come to Gurdwara? I said, okay, look, every Sunday we do a program in Southall. You could say to your children, okay kids, this week I fed you, I took you to school, I gave you clothes, I gave you money, now you owe me something. They go, yeah, fair enough, you did do a lot for me. You owe me 1 hour of your time. And they go, okay, fine, 1 hour. Right, 6 to 7 on Sunday evening, you're coming to Gurdwara. That's 1 hour you owe me, you're going to listen to Gurbani. Right? No one can really argue with that. You have a right over your kids as much as your kids have a right over you. Yeah. So, what we can do, each of us, is to examine what we're doing and are we actually doing it for the right reasons. Yeah? And most people can't put a finger upon why they're doing this petition. Let me give you an example, the UN, yeah? Anybody who's bright and clever and has read the UN will understand that the UN is defunct. It can't do much. Yeah? You know, for all of what, you know, Kofi Annan and those people, they didn't achieve much. Yeah? What is the next one? What is his name? The Ki-Ban or whatever? Ban Ki-Moon. They can't achieve much. There's something called a veto. The main 5 countries, which also include Russia and China, some of the most repressive regimes out there, they just veto everything which they don't want. So any problem in Africa, China vetoes it because China's trying to get into Africa. So if you read it, you'll understand that these environments don't work. America is trying to cozy up to India because it doesn't want to get Pakistan to become any stronger. Americans done a massive deal with India over nuclear weapons, information sharing. So how is any UN authority ever going to work against India? Just think about it. It's real politics, right? Real politics is basically what is going to work versus what is a theory. Yeah. So real politics will tell you petitions aren't going to work. Anybody who believes in it is a fool. Because they don't work. Because in 30 years they haven't worked. The problem is, if you say that to somebody who's just spent 15 years doing petitions, they will get very insulted, right? And I've had to learn that one of the things that I do is end up, inadvertently insulting people that have been working on useless projects, yeah, just by speaking the truth, yeah. And this is one of the problems that ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁਣ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਭਰ ਗਿਆ. We don't want to hear that what we've been doing is basically wasting our time. We get offended by that. So we're not brave enough to face the truth. It's our whole, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth. It's like, we can't handle the truth. We don't want to hear that we've been wasting our time, It's the English saying, right? We've been peeing into the wind. Into the wind means it comes back on you. Yeah, apne gande kapde ho rahe ne, right? That's what we've been doing, right? We're not achieved. And do you know what? The worst thing about this, that in India, every time we fly to Geneva and we hand out these leaflets and we're on there, we're making videos about the Sikhs role here. In India, they're having a good old laugh. They're watching the TV and laughing away, thinking, look at these fools. Look what they're doing. They're spending so much money flying to Geneva and handing out these petitions. Don't they realize we've got it all covered? So we're running like a hamster on a wheel, running, thinking, I've done something today. We haven't gone anywhere. So you might say, well, Jagraj Singh's come over here, spent 10 minutes talking about how it doesn't work. There is things that we can do, right? So I'll give you an example of what you guys could do in Surrey. You could together, okay, organize some kind of group, okay, and take over a Gurdwara, right? It's not the first time that's been tried, but what happened is that your generation has become a bit more laissez-faire. Like, it's not going to happen. Bikramjit Singh and those guys, they tried. They did some good jobs in there, but it's now your time to do it. Now the SYF guys took over a Gurdwara in Toronto. Now why is that important? You can then make the ideal Gurdwara. No point complaining about the fact that the Gurdwara don't work. Make a Gurdwara that does work, right? Take over a Gurdwara, select Panch Jathedar for the Gurdwara, right? Have it run as per Gurmat and teach Sikhi properly in that Gurdwara. So anybody walks in and goes like, wow, I've been talking about interfaith, welcoming people into the Gurdwara, having an open day for 4 years. We even made our whole project, our 3 facts leaflet, you might have seen that leaflet, starts off with 3 facts about Sikhi. On the back of it, it's got this open invitation. The idea of that was, 3 years ago when we made it, was that you would have an open day at the Gurdwara and put your little form in that white square, saying this is where we're going to be. It's made to look like an envelope. There's a label, you can stick your information on there, so people can use it to have an open day. And guess what? This Friday, at Sukhsagar Gurdwara, they're having an open day at the Gurdwara, which I'm going to be at. And it's going to be like a welcome to the Gurdwara, right? You could make that ideal Gurdwara, yeah? And a film about that would be more effective in implementing change across the Panth than maybe 100 petitions over 20 years. Because ultimately, our problem is that we are not organized. Our problem is not that the enemy has confused us. Our problem is that we are not organized. It's like, yesterday I gave the example for those that were there. You've got a ship and there's 30 million ropes coming off the ship and everybody's pulling in opposite directions. And the ship is going nowhere, right? Because it's being pulled everywhere. But then you get that same ship with the 30 million ropes and you point everybody one way. And you say, go that way. That ship's going to go so fast, man. Our main problem is a lack of leadership and a lack of coordination. So my beinti to everybody is, pick a project which is achievable, which is in your sphere of influence. Don't even worry about 2 more people helping you. Just work out how you can do it by yourself. Yeah? Don't depend upon anybody to help you at the beginning. Start the project, get it going, be effective, people will join you once they start seeing that you're effective. Our Panth is fed up of big flashy presentations about what we're going to do if you give us money. Yeah? Just start doing something. I said, this is what we did with the money that we did have. Right? And now we need more money to do this. And people will see your track record and they will support you.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.